Hello and good afternoon to all traders. I welcome you all to today's live stream on strike. So today we'll be looking into today's market action along with the strike tool. So without any delay, we'll start. Just a moment. For those of you who are new here, please note the URL web.strike.money where you can log in and use all the tools that are shown here for yourself and do the analysis. So I'll start sharing my screen and we'll start discussing about the market right away. I hope my screen is visible to all. So if you have any issues with the audio or the video, just comment in the comment box. And if you have any questions, then post your question as well. So another thing I would like to highlight is that you can go to the Learn tab and then Webinars within Strike, and you can directly watch the webinar within Strike itself as well. So this is where within while being in Strike as well, you can scroll on to the scheduled webinars or any recorded videos as well. So let's begin with today's action. So the large cap indices are mostly flat. The Nifty 500 is up 0.36% and Nifty 50 is largely only 0.14% up. But overall, the action looks positive. The breadth is also positive. More stocks are up than down. And even in the FNO segment, more stocks are in long build-up as well as short covering as compared to the short build-up or long unwinding categories. So that explains that the overall trajectory for the day is been upwards, but the strength in the trend seems less specifically in the large caps, but action is actually there in mid caps and small caps. So look at the heat map for today. You can see that the at the top the index is the Nifty micro cap index, which is up the most, followed by the Nifty mid cap, and on the fourth is there is small cap as well. So still it means that the stocks broader market is still outperforming the large caps, but overall the all indices seem positive except a few names like the IT index or the pharma index. But the Nifty or the Bank Nifty itself have not outright given any breakouts as of now. So a few interesting things on the sentiment and breadth front. Let's discuss those first before we get into the charts of each. So we've been discussing the percentage of stocks with the momentum bullish signal. Yeah. So somebody's asking on sentiment as well as the market breadth. So yeah. So I can't really explain all the indicators in one go, but I'll have to ask you to tune in to the streams daily. I'll cover one or two indicators daily in detail. So the one I'm talking about right now is the RMI indicator that we use on stocks. So we run that on the different baskets and check how many stocks of that particular index are in the bullish territory, which means the RMI is in buy signal. So you can see I've selected Nifty here, and just by a visual of it, you can see when the number goes to about 20, that is where we see a short-term bottom in the market, and then from there we get either a bounce or a short-term bottom. So what happened in the last 2 3 days was the number was down to 22, then we picked up to 26, then 44, and today in the live market it is showing at 50. So about 30% of stocks have given RMI buy signals on the Nifty from the bottom, but we haven't really seen the same, in the Nifty's price itself. So the Nifty itself is still not confirming. It is under some kind of, waiting for something or a pressure kind of thing. So we're discussing this trend line as well. So let me draw it again. Sorry. So the confirmation from the price itself is still awaited, but the underlying things like breadth and sentiment do indicate that at a bullish trend may continue. So there is a question: how is RMI different from any other indicators available? So RMI is a rate of change or a momentum indicator, which is actually gives very smooth cycles along also it is a faster indicator than what you may already be using like MACD or something. So if you want to get a hang of RMI, I would suggest you watch the video on RMI. I think it's already posted. I'll share the link as well, and if not, I'll get it done. And once I come to the scanners towards the end of today's stream, I'll show you a few of the RMI setups as well. So that is it on the percentage of stocks with RMI buy. So this is one diffusion indicator that is looking interesting to me. For the FIDI data in the cash market segment, there is still no clear bullish trend from the FIs. They are still continuing to sell. But if we look into the derivatives part, you can see again for the last 2 days, day over day changes have been positive, wherein even in future future index, they've been buying, future calls also they've been buying, and option index puts they're selling. So selling of puts, buying of calls, buying of futures, all these are bullish changes day over day. But overall, their position still remains short, but it is up from what it was at the worst point. So if I look at this, you can see it was down to about 42,000 negative, and it's as of yesterday it's at 27,000. So there has been some sort of covering from FIs. To look at it at this data in a better way, you can directly go to sentiment and track the whole positions history here. One second. Yeah. So this is the FI net index future position with a lot of history available. So here we have tracked when the indicator gets oversold and when their positioning gets overbought. So right now it's in the middle of it. But the point to be noted is when there is a long-term trend like this, then it doesn't usually go to the lower end of the range, but somewhere in the middle it bottoms out. So that level I have been drawing here like this. You can see it is right there, and some sort of covering is seen there. So if we do see this falling below this mark, then it would mean that FIs are really selling heavily and there is a more risk in the market. But as I said, based on other underlying indicators and strong breadth in the broad market, it is really hard to say that as of now. So in terms of the options OI, the still the highest call OI is at 19,400, and the spot levels of Nifty are around 19,400 only. So that remains the key level from the options OI point of view. Yeah, so we do have tutorial videos on strike. So you can go to this help section, and there you will see all the videos that we have done till now. Uh, you can watch each one, and we are adding videos daily. And of course, if still your questions are not answered, we do have this live stream also daily, during which we show all the new tools updates, and we can also answer all your questions. Okay. So one more question is, where do you see the breadth of the market? So to see the breadth, there are actually uh, two, three ways to do that. One, in the diffusion indicators, it itself is the, diffusion itself means breadth. So all these indicators are different ways to view breadth, that how many stocks are above their 20 DMA, how many stocks are above their 50 DMA, and you track that number along with the price of the index. So one way is this, actually seeing based on different indicators, and the other way is, which is more old school, that is actually tracking how many stocks are up or down based on the 20 days or 40 days. So these are our proprietary sentiment indicators that we make based on all the stocks. So you can see this is a 20-day advanced decline ratio, and this also moves in cycles. You can see it gets overbought, we do see a pullback, then it gets oversold, again it picks up. So that way there are cycles of weak and strong bread. So if I talk about current scenario, then we do have seen this negative divergence uh, from about April end. The ratio has not been able to make a higher high, but at the same time, it has not even gotten oversold to say that it is done. So there still remains a possibility that can it fall down to this level and then only pick up. But as we are seeing on daily basis that broad market is actually performing better than the other large cap names, so that's why breadth is not getting oversold. Yeah, as of now, this is completely free, uh, so you can use it. Okay, so coming to the heat map as we discussed already. So how to pick up your performance wise winners. So you can click on any stock, and the new thing we have added. So when you click on any stock, let's say this one, the tab gets opened on the top, and you can directly go to that stocks section. Here, whatever you want to check, be it the technical section, volume and delivery overview, and in the charts itself, you get this proprietary setup wherein you get to see the RMI indicator reading, trend based on Dow theory, where is the 20 and 40 average, 40 exponential, and you get to do all that based on all different time frames, that is hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. So this particular chart that I've opened, you can see today it's up quite a lot. That's why it is giving all four confirmations in one day. So that is how you can check the different stocks based on the setups. So I'm heading back to the dashboard, and let's go to scanners for today to see in which direction are we getting more signals. So I've selected the FNO basket, which means the FNO stocks, and live means it is telling me the signal based on current price and not the last candle close. You can also change it to last candle close if you only want to see the confirmed signals. Live means it keeps changing based on the current price. So on the daily, I will filter new signals. So as you can see, very few up to down signals based on Dow theory and a lot of new down to up signals. So from for more stocks, the trend is changing from down to up than from up to down. So this explains the underlying strength we are seeing in the market today. So this is a long list. So what you can do is select whichever stock looks better to you based on your preferred time frame and do your further analysis, whether it's a further scan or you want to directly jump into the setup of that particular stock. Second, yeah. So seeing a lot of names there like ITC, Indian Hotel. So the filtration process is up to you now. On days like this, on the days like when there are a lot of signals, this work gets a little higher. So on the Rohit scanner, where we check the crossovers in RMI, let's filter all the new signals. So similar story, only three or four new sell signals, but a lot of more new buy signals. So each one you have to both have a look into and see what looks best as per your own studies as well, and then decide based on what time frame you're trading. So right now I've selected just the FNO basket, but if you want to see any other stocks, you can select any other index, or you can create your own watch lists and select those. So see, I have created my own watch list, and if I see, then I will get to see the whole multi-time frame readings on just my watch list. Right now, if some of you have still have doubts that how to create a watch list, then you can go to home and just along with the market overview, see there is a watch list option, and you can create your watch list and add any stocks that you would like to watch from this menu. You can just search for your stocks and add, and then you get to use that same watch list in different scanners. And even when you are in stock section of any particular stock, you can directly change the stock from the watch list itself. So watch this make your life a bit easier. Yeah. So yeah, that's it on the scanners front. So now let's have a final look at the charts of Nifty Bank Nifty. So the 10-day average, which is a short-term resistance, is as 19,450, which is I think the same level as the moving same as the trend line level that we are watching. Uh, Let me draw it. Yeah, so broadly, the trend line and the 10-day average is at the same level. So on the closing basis, if 19,456 gets crossed, it would be a good signal on the Nifty. And if higher confirmation is required, then the 20-day average is still quite above. That is about 19,542. Going to the setup, then the 40-day average is holding, but still there is no signal on the RMI or the Dow trend, and 20-day average, as we discussed, is still quite up. In terms of the hourly chart, which we can check the immediate setup. So we did get a RMI buy a day before, 2 days before, and that cycle is still in process, and we are holding above the 20 hour and 40 hour average. So that is a short-term bullish sign. In terms of Bank Nifty, so this index has been a weaker one with respect to the Nifty itself. And if we try to draw the similar trend line, then it would appear that it has broken above it, because it is the slope of this trend line is quite sharp. So visually, it would look that it has already broken above the 10-day average, but the trend line. But as a filter, the 10-day average can be a good level to watch for more confirmation. That is at 44,245, right? And the only positive factor as of now in terms of Bank Nifty, that it is being able to hold above 44,000 mark. That is level where we've seen a lot of fight from the option sellers as well. So I think I missed on to look into Bank Nifty's OI. So let's look at that again. Yeah. So same the thing I was talking about. 44,000 has the highest call as well as highest put OI. So 44,000 is the level of fight. So if it's decisively crossed, that is closing above like 100 or 200 points above 44,000, then that is when we get a clear signal that yeah, this resistance is getting crossed. But till that happens, it can remain under pressure. Going back to the setup chart, daily first. So it is still below the daily averages. The Dow trend is still in sell. RMI signal is still in sell. So no real confirmation as of yet in the daily chart. In terms of hourly, same story as Nifty. It is been into buy and slowly inching up and trying to cross the 40-hour average. So if it's able to hold above this average for consecutive candles, then it would be a bullish sign, and one can wait for higher confirmation on the daily time frame. If you have any further questions, you can post if you want me to look into anything particular or any tool you have any questions on. Otherwise, we'll wrap up for today, and we'll you know do the same tomorrow as well. And just a little announcement that we'll be shortly adding many new scanners and features like ratio charts as well into Strike. So those who like to use those features can also uh, just log into Strike app within few days and get those access. So if you want to use the tools that we have discussed, just log into web.strike.money and use this. Yeah, so Abhishek, we are already doing this. We have given a bit, made a lot of videos. So you watch all the existing ones, and we are trying to make more videos on each and every tool. And Also, we do have this daily live stream for you if you still face any issues. What about Sanfarma? Okay, I'll have a look. Another question is any we trade via strike in the future? Yeah, we may plan that, but as of now, it's not there. So there's a question on Sun Pharma. So it is right at its 20-day average key level. So if it breaks decisively, then it can get a bit risky. If it's able to hold above it, then it is a good sign in the short term. If we look at the trade setup, then yeah, the RMI has been in sell since quite a lot of days, since beginning of August, and it has almost came back to zero. But the good thing is that 20-day was holding till now. So if it breaks, then it can go further down to the 40-day or the lower band. 40-day is at 1100 and lower band is at 1110. How to scan stocks for next day trading. So you can go into scanners and first thing is from the heat map or the near 52-week high low, you get to know what are the strong stocks. So you know few stocks that are already in your mind, right? So either you make a watch list on those stocks or you select a particular index and check those into the Roid scanner or the Dow Trend scanner. So Dow Trend scanner confirmation comes first because when price makes a higher high, Dow Trend changes then and there, and RMI confirmation may come a day after or two, and also it's possible you get the both confirmation on the same day itself. So right now you see I have just made a random watch list of 10 to 12 stocks with my name here and selected that. So if you've already made a watch list based on your filters and then you run all different scanners on your own watch list, then you get to see where you are getting new signals today based on your daily or hourly time frames. So that is how you filter down to few names to select stocks. Metal sector. So for that, let's look at the Nifty metal. So this is the daily chart. The it has held its 40-day exponential average, and today's session it is crossing the 20 days. So looks good as of now. If we try to draw a trend line of last two highs, yeah, let me make it a little bolder. Yeah, then there comes out to be a level of 6672 on the metal index. If it gets crossed, then uh, it means that it is pretty strong in the short term as well. So closing above the 20 days is a good sign for this index. Uh, how to change script and daily swing? You won't be able to do that because swing is calculated on a broad market, right? So it won't be really helpful on a stock of 10 stocks or 12. Bank Nifty has just 10 to 12 that also banking stocks. But this itself is calculated from a basket of larger stocks. So it makes sense to have a look at it only on a broader index. Are there any more questions? I guess that's it. So, fine, I'll wrap up for today and I'll see you tomorrow on the same time.